Morning, everyone. It's February the 6th. Oh, there's a hawk. Well, this video is not about hawks. It's about our peach trees. But we've got two really beautiful hawks flying around today. Actually, let me see if I can get them. They just landed up there in that tree. You can see them. All right, and you certainly heard them. Let me get this back to where we're at. And our peach trees, they're starting to bloom. This guy right here is just blowing up with blooms, and the flowers are starting to open up. Let me get this to focus here. And you can see the blooms in this guy. Now, we're new to growing peaches, and I made a video last week, and I asked for some help in the comment section, and I got a lot of good advice. So we took that advice, and we added some fertilizer around the base of these trees. I'll show you what we used. This is another one. It's not blooming as quickly as the other one, but it's starting to do its thing. And I got in here and pruned some of this center out of the tree so that light can get down in there and help with the fruits maturing. Down here is another little guy. I'm not sure if this is a plum or if it's a peach, but you can see the blooms all over this guy too. So we fertilized last week, and I basically just went around the base of the tree, not at the trunk, but at the drip line where the limbs hang out. That's where I put the fertilizer around the base of the tree on top of the soil. Here's another little bloom. But yeah, we just made a circle around the tree at the drip line of the tree. Like right here, for instance, we just kind of came out around this ring. And basically at the drip line of the tree, we fertilized. We've got two here and one, two, and they're starting to come out just a little bit. Three. There's a little blueberry bush. And this big guy here, 4. And this big guy here, 5. And then we got a couple of apple trees over there on the other side of the carport. But I'll show you what I used. I watched some videos on these peach orchard guys that the orchards have been in their family for many years. And they said you want to get a high nitrogen fertilizer around the base of these trees to start off with. So what we did, we used a little bit of blood meal. We put about 2 tablespoons of blood meal. It's 1200. And then a little bit of this ammonia sulfate. It's 2100. And then a little bit of the superphosphate. It's 018. And then a little bit of this vegetable and tomato food. This is organic. So we've got 2 organic products here and 2 synthetic products here. And we just mixed them all together. And I think it was about 2 tablespoons of each product in a circle around the base of the tree, not at the trunk. You don't want to do it at the trunk from what the videos are showing, but at where the drip edge from the limbs, like the tips of the limbs, we came out, and that's where we put the fertilizer. We had some heavy rains to rain it all in, and now we're just seeing a ton of blooms on a few of these trees. We do plan to get some compost. This was another recommendation from some subscribers of the channel, and put around the tree and then mulch on top of that. So that will be in the future. We're going to do that. We just hadn't made it to the store to get that yet. And this morning, the sun's coming out now, but it was overcast and sprinkling just lightly this morning. So It also said before the blooms come out, you want to get a jump on spraying these guys for diseases and stuff. So what I did, I used a recipe from a fellow whose family's been in the peach orchard business for around 100 years. And he says you want to mix up in a garden sprayer. This is a 2-gallon garden sprayer. And we added the funganil, which is a fungicide made for fruit trees. And we did the Captain Jack's dead bug mix. We added some of that in there, and then we added some neem oil into there. We shook it all up. Now you got to look at your, if you use these products, look at your specifications or recommendations on the back of these, and it'll tell you how much to use for each particular kind of tree or plant or you're going to put this stuff on. So we went with the recommended specifications on the back of the bottles here, and we mixed all 3 of these into that 2-gallon sprayer with 2 gallons of water, shook it up really well, and I sprayed the trees early this morning. You don't want to spray these fungicides and stuff on your trees in the middle of a hot day with the sun beaming down on them, and it can burn them up. So we did it this morning when it was overcast. The sun's just now popping out, but these are the products we use together. He actually just said mix them all together, and it'll protect it from the bugs, and it'll protect your plants from the fungus with the fungicide and diseases, plant diseases. We don't know how much care the fellow put into these plants that we bought the house from. His brother said he kind of let him go there at the end. His wife passed away and he lost interest in everything, and that's why he sold the property here. So we got in here, and these trees were just so overgrown and really tall. And after this year, I think I'm going to get in here and prune these things on the height back even more. What I don't want to have to do at my age is get on a ladder and pick fruit off a tree, if, Lord willing, we get anything. So we went ahead and trimmed out some of these branches here in the center. The peach orchard fella said you cut the center of your plant out, and then that sunlight can get down in there, and the wind flow can get down in there and help with getting your things ripened up quicker, whether it be a plum or apricot or whatever it is. But he just did peaches, so we took his advice and cut some of these limbs out in the middle, and I'll show you. It's kind of letting the sun, there's the sun, I don't want to blind you, but it's coming down in there, and it can get down in the middle of these plants. We did the same thing over here. We took out a lot of the center of these plants. And see, this is very manageable. I can walk right up. Now they're on the back side. I might have to get in there after this year, and we'll see where they fruit from. And I may have to take out some of these top branches there because they're getting tall. I did prune them a little bit. You can see up there where I snipped the tops out of some of them. But we're just going to see how they do this year, our first year here. And the Lord willing, we get blessed with some fruit off of these trees. Then we'll know what we got to do next year. But this is just a little video to show you how we fertilize these guys and how we spray these guys for bugs and for diseases and fungicide. And they say you want to do this before your blossoms really start heavily coming out, because when these blossoms open up, like that right there and that right there, it'll bring in the pollinators. And if you're spraying this tree when your blossoms are opened up, you're killing off your bees and stuff. So we don't want to do that. We got out here early, and we did this early. And maybe within a few weeks, we may have some beautiful flowers on these trees. So just a little video to show how we're doing with our fungicide spray mixture and our fertilizer mixture. And we are going to get some compost and put around the base of these guys, and we are going to mulch them in. So Thanks for watching.